What's going on, everybody? I'm Giant Opinion Sports. Today we're going to talk about Penn State linebacker slash slot corner slash safety, whatever, Brandon Smith. And we'll talk about his strengths and weaknesses, his athletic profile, and where he should go in this year's draft. Now, I gotta be honest, prospects like Brandon Smith are extremely hard to project. He is very raw, very unpolished. Then you mix in the supreme athletic ability to where if he reaches his ceiling, he could be a top 5 to 10 linebacker, safety, wherever the team drafts him wants him to play. But on tape, you see a kid who's inconsistent, processing slow way too much, taking bad angles, getting hung up on blocks, all kinds of issues. And how do you balance where he's at and what he could be? It's tough. What I say is you have to be able to live with the player he is at the moment if you draft him. Most players are going to improve at the next level. It is not a guarantee though. Even if the prospect is a smart, coachable player, there could always be injuries, in their first couple of years in the league. Just giving you a couple random scenarios here. You could have a coaching staff get fired after his rookie year. A new coach comes in year 2, and he just coaches the position differently. Now everything he's learned year 1 is out the window, and you're back to square one. And this is how players get fucked up. And as a Giants fan, you can take my word for it. We cycle head coaches out of here every 2 years, and that really hurts your young players. I'm saying all this to just temper expectations because physically, he's special. There is just not many players that have the speed he has for the size he is. But there is no guarantees in this league. NFL stands for not for long. So when it comes to players like Brandon Smith, I always want them to go to a more stable franchise. Somewhere like the Steelers would be good for him. If a good team drafts him and he doesn't develop properly, the team can survive that. Now, I view Brandon Smith kind of like Isaiah Simmons. We've seen Simmons have some trouble transitioning to the NFL too, but Smith has that freakish athletic ability, and he's not a tiny guy. On top of the insane speed and athleticism, he's got superb length. That'll help him drastically. And you see all the athletic ability, and it makes you think of everything he could be. You naturally start to think about moving him all over the field. You can line him up in the slot. You can use him in coverage everywhere. But should you? I don't know the answer. I'm the kind of guy that wants to start with just giving him one concrete role. Let him perfect that. And once he's effective in that role, you can then start to try and, mix in some different stuff. But I think sometimes coaches are asking these young players to do way too much. So where other people say they want to line them up at the edge on one play and safety the next, I don't want that. I want him lined up at the linebacker position every damn play until I get consistency out of him. If you want him mostly on the edge, then leave him there. Let him learn all the nuance of that position. Whatever position. That's just how I feel. Now, a lot of folks will disagree, and that's okay. But his run defending needs work. When he identifies the play early, attacks the football, it's awesome. He flashes brilliance. His see ball, get ball in the open field is unbelievable. It's excellent. Now, he runs into problems when blockers get up to him on the second level. He's going to have to improve on getting off of blocks. That's a must. Now, if that can't improve, he'll be forced to play outside linebacker in like a 4-3 or something, which might be where he should play anyway. You don't have to read as much over there either because, his processing is not great at the moment either. I'm not opposed to him playing box safety as well. That might be another option. I get he's 240 pounds, but he's got the speed to play safety. Just pick your poison. Where do you want him? Now, that nice long frame will be good for building more strength. I think I want to see more power in his game. He needs to improve his stacking. His length is obviously an advantage in that department. His punch needs to improve. It must. And that's where the power comes in and just working on a move that he can win with in those situations. There's multiple ways of doing it. So I think he should just focus on one move and perfect it. Well, he's got a lot to learn, and as he does, he'll play even better and with better instincts. But listen, the tackling is already there, which is nice. He can run sideline to sideline. It's impressive, and he really does finish his tackles. And he brings the thump. He's one of those guys where you'll feel it for the next few days. If I were to draft Brandon Smith, my ultimate goal would be to get him to a point where he could play middle linebacker. I think you're going to get the most value out of him at that position. Now, at the moment, he's not going to be very good at that spot. So maybe you play him at the outside linebacker and hope he can develop, on some of them things that translate to the inside. We've seen this done with other players in the past. I'd also think about box safety as another option. You can use him kind of like a Landon Collins, and on third and longs, you could even possibly slide him down to that money backer role as well. Who knows how the team that drafts him will use him, though. Me personally, I'm thinking I'd feel comfortable drafting him in the third round. Someone will probably grab him in the second. This guy is 240 something pounds, and he's capable of running sub 4.440s. Someone will snatch him up for just the ceiling that he could possibly have. I'll just be honest, I'm not in love with the prospect. He's built for being a box player, but he struggles in the box. If he can develop his body more, I'd feel better about him. He needs to be able to get off blocks, pure and simple. This is what a lot of his game is going to come down to. And until he's able to do that, you're probably only going to get flashes from him. And hey, listen, I want flashes on my defense, on my team. But when I'm spending a third round pick on a player, I want consistency at some point. Hopefully in the first 2-3 seasons. If Brandon Smith can do that, he will be a special player in the NFL. All the tools and measurables are there. He's very capable. He is a young, explosive, exciting player. Don't take what I'm saying as he sucks or anything like that. 90% of these guys coming out of college have these issues. There's maybe only 15 or 20 who have the athletic profile Brandon Smith coming out this year. He is that athletically gifted. If he was a bit more polished, he's probably a first-round draft choice, honestly. And no matter which way, whatever happens, I'll be excited to see how he's used at the next level. But let me know what you guys think, because Brandon Smith is just a curious kind of player. What position do you think he'll play in the NFL? What round would you take him in? And possibly, what round do you think he'll be tucking in? But anyways, thank you all so very much. Please leave a like. It's a big help, big motivator, and it helps my channel grow. And you guys have been excellent for me. Appreciate that. If you're new, subscribe. I got tons more of these type of videos, just analyzing some prospects, for this upcoming draft. And I do New York Giants videos. So it's nothing but football on here, man. That's my new slogan. Nothing but football. Let's go. Get it. Everybody, stay safe, stay warm. Peace.